Scale of preference is a term used by economists to itemize the needs or wants in order of importance in a financial plan for a defined period in order to streamline the expenditure process. Thus, government needs a painstaking analysis of the capital, recurrent expenditures, as well as revenues in budgeting for the smooth running of governance of a given state. Government must also ensure that money is being spent in the right direction, just as the financial goals are achieved in pursuit of both long-term and short-term financial goals. Governor Abeokuta, while presenting 2023 Appropriation Bill, christened the Budget of Continued Development and Prosperity, says year 2023 budget is important to the administration as it is a transitional budget.
Let me note that this budget of the year 2023 is as important, if not more important, than the other years since the inception of our administration. This is because it is a transition budget. This budget will take us from the current phase into another phase of our Building Our Future Together agenda. This budget marks the last leg of our first term, and by the grace of God, the first leg of our second term, which will be made possible by the support and re-election of the good people of Ogun State. The journey so far. Mr. Speaker, honorable members of this distinguished House, ladies and gentlemen, in the last 3.5 years, our journey towards building our future together has witnessed major progress in many areas of development, namely infrastructure, social welfare and well-being, education, youth empowerment and agriculture, and most importantly, good governance.
It says the infrastructural investments of the administration are people-oriented as they itemized the achievements of the administration in the last 3.5 years.
Our infrastructure investments are people-oriented and transformational, with immense multiplier effects on the socio-economic development of the entire citizenry of the state. Our accomplishments in this area include over 80 major roads and others, federal roads inclusive, totaling 400 kilometers that have been constructed, reconstructed, or rehabilitated across the state. This administration, in 3 years and 6 months, has done more in terms of kilometers of roads than all previous administrations in the state. The road projects include, amongst others, Ilaro-Wode Road, Ijebu-Ode Mujoda Ekpe Road, Abeokuta Shun-Shagamu Interchange Road, Aton Lusada Agbara Road, Pansheke Adigbe Opako Road, Ilishan Agowoye Road, and so on. The construction of an aerotropolis, which is an airport city, anchored by the Agro Cargo International Airport, is also ongoing. We have commenced the operationalization of a multimodal transport system, which integrates rail, water and air transport as a first step. The provision of intra-city Wi-Fi enabled air-conditioned mass transit buses as well. Work is ongoing on our Ogun digital infrastructure project, which seeks to provide internet connectivity across the state. This digital economic infrastructure is a backbone for an ICT revolution in our dear state. Furthermore, we have distributed transformers across various communities to boost electricity supply.
In furtherance of the administration's social contract, Governor Abeokuta mentioned other state investments embarked upon.
Other investments in furtherance of our social contract include the establishment of the Ogun State Security Trust Fund and the provision of patrol vehicles and gadgets to all the law enforcement agencies and the Amotekun security outfit. The foregoing complements the existing security architecture and has earned us the status of one of the safest, if not the safest state in Nigeria, where you can live, work, and play. Other notable investments in our social well-being strategic pillar include, amongst others, the construction of new fire service stations and various government empowerment programs for our women across the state, especially the Okowo Dapo. It is also worthy to mention that we've disbursed over 1 billion in grants to boost the operations of micro, small, and medium-scale enterprises under the Nigeria for Women project. Without a doubt, Ogun State maintains an enviable status as the education capital of Nigeria. We keep consolidating on this legacy with our unwavering investment on this sector. Some of these are the renovation and construction of no fewer than 1,000 classroom blocks and other facilities in public schools, including the special needs schools across the state. The provision of over 25,000 tables and chairs for distribution to public primary and secondary schools. The introduction of the Ogun Teach Intervention Program aimed at employing 5,000 interns to fill the teacher vacancies in primary, secondary, and technical colleges. Increment of the running costs to all public primary and secondary schools by over 120%. The clearing of backlog of promotions of 2016, 2017, and also the promotion of teachers due in the years 2019 and 2020. Repositioning and introduction of the Central Education Management Information System for data gathering, analysis, and presentation. The introduction of the Learner Identification Number, LIN, to all learners in our schools, of which we are the first to introduce such in Nigeria. The distribution of wheelchairs and white canes to students living with disability. Regular payment of salaries and allowances to teaching and non-teaching staff. Prompt and regular payment of subventions to state-owned tertiary institutions.
The recent economic development across the globe was considered before the preparation of the 2023 budget, Governor Abeokuta says.
The year 2023 budget conception came with obvious economic challenges. Hence, the preparation was done conscious of a very challenging world economy that is weakened by the lingering effects of the COVID-19 pandemic, high inflation, high crude oil prices resulting in huge cost of PMS subsidy, continued crude oil theft, negative spillover effects of the Russia-Ukraine war on food, and dwindling federal revenue. The national economy, and most especially the subnationals, are currently contending with fiscal instability, slow growth, food crisis, and high interest rates. Like many others, our economy faces challenges of low revenues because of the emerging challenges from macroeconomic indicators such as high inflation, exchange rate, and depletion of the naira. However, our state will continue to work towards achieving high levels of growth, especially by harnessing our demographic dividends so that the average Ogun citizen can truly feel the impact of planned economic growth. Going forward, the Lagos-Ogun Joint Development Cooperation is expected to attract huge investment in transportation, specifically the Red Line passenger rail services is expected to begin operations by first quarter of next year. This will enhance smooth movement of commuters and goods by residents of both Ogun and Lagos states. The ongoing construction of the Agro Cargo International Airport has nearly reached completion stages. The airport will be the first phase in the development of an aerotropolis in the state. This investment has started yielding results as airlines have shown interest in operating cargo and commercial flights from the airport. The Nigeria Customs has acquired land to have the operational base at the airport. These will avail the citizens and residents of Ogun State the opportunity to board their flights right within the state to anywhere they want to go, rather than going elsewhere. We performed the groundbreaking of the Special Processing Zone, a truly first of its kind in Nigeria that promises to provide over 25,000 jobs and the attendant multiplier effects for the people of our dear state. Our investment promotion initiatives were further validated by the 2022 Presidential Award in Public Service for Industrial Revolution.
It presented planned 23 expenditure, which comprises both the recurrent and capital, with the highlights of the financial commitment in each sector.
Administration Strategic Imperatives and Implementation Roadmap, the year 2023 to 2025 medium-term fiscal framework of the present administration is hinged on 5 developmental pillars. Ishaya, in line with the dictates of the Fiscal Responsibility Law of the year 2020 as amended, this Honorable House approved the year 2023 to year 2025 medium-term fiscal framework and the medium-term budget framework. The Ogun State House of Assembly approval became a veritable fiscal instrument for further engagement with all local government areas. As part of preparation and our commitments towards development, we held 4 town hall meetings at Ijebu, Remo, Yewa Awori, and Egba divisions to give our people a voice in the preparation of this appropriation bill. In 2023, we will continue to accord priority attention to completion of ongoing projects, projects with revenue potentials, projects that can enhance employment generation, projects consistent with priorities articulated in the State Economic Development Plan and Strategy for 2021 to 2025, projects that align with the 7 thematic areas contained in the medium-term National Development Plan for years 2021 to 2025, namely economic growth and development, infrastructure, public administration, human capital development, social development, regional development, and plan implementation, communication, financing, monitoring, and evaluation. Our key allocations in the year 2023 budget in line with the functional classification are as follows. Education, 66 billion 793 million 498,512 naira spot 13 kobo, representing 14%. Health, 51 billion 480 million 292,190 naira spot 88 kobo, representing 11%. Housing and community development, 29 billion 102 million 408,070 naira spot 75 kobo, representing 6%. Agriculture and industry, 16 billion 482 million 708,788 naira spot 43 kobo, representing 3%. Infrastructure, 129 billion 371 million 366,122 naira spot 38 kobo, representing 27%. Recreation, culture and religion, 6 billion 906 million 9,489 naira spot 35 kobo, representing 1%. Social protection, 23 billion 389 million 264,238 naira spot 67 kobo, representing 5%. General public service, the executive organ, 17 billion 276 million 811,662 naira spot 67 kobo, representing 4%. General public service, financial and fiscal affairs, 31 billion 576 million and 23,119 naira spot 32 kobo, representing 7%. General public service, general personnel service, 1 billion 222 million 287,908 naira spot 43 kobo, representing 0.3%. Public order and safety, 6 billion 122 million 982,501 naira spot 65 kobo, representing 1%. Economic affairs, 8 billion 382 million 930,640 naira spot 18, representing 2%. Judiciary, 3 billion 866 million 495,863 naira spot 12, representing 1%. Legislature, 9 billion 567 million 877,1 478 naira 0.47, representing 2%. Statewide, 70 billion 709 million 727,861 naira 0.14, representing 50%, totaling 472 billion 250 million 694,447 naira 58 kobo.
Here is his final notes, and he laid the budget before the House.
Mr. Speaker, honorable members of the 9th Ogun State House of Assembly, as I lay before you the year 2023 appropriation bill today, we must remind ourselves that this event is another symbolic representation of our joint mission towards realization of the Ogun State of our collective dreams. We have done it before, we can do it again. Challenges that are ahead of us in the coming year dictate that we should all move on more cooperatively to continue to deliver the dividends of democracy to our people. We have covered a lot of ground, but we must remind ourselves that there's always room for improvement. Time is of the essence, and our people must see our commitment and sincerity to their security, peace, comfort, wellness, and well-being.
Earlier, the Speaker of the State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Olakunle Oluomo, in his welcome address, promised that the hallowed chamber would thoroughly look into the budget and pass it on time.
I want to assure the executive arm of the corporation and support of the legislature in the passage of laws and resolutions that will facilitate the provision of the needed infrastructure facility and other necessities of life that will add value to the quality of life of all residents in the state. Let me seize the opportunity to assure you, all of us, the entire people of Ogun State, that the legislature will give necessary attention to the year 2023 appropriation bill that you have just presented, and that the House will ensure its passage within the possible shortest time.
Also, a Treasury Board meeting was earlier held where ministries, departments, and agencies of government in the state gathered at the Obas Complex in Abeokuta to present their various agencies' fiscal appropriation and financial analysis for the year 2023 budget as a prelude to state budget preparation and presentation. At the budget presentation, various people from all walks of life came to witness the presentation, with the chamber filled to the capacity and thousands sitting around the House of Assembly complex. Among the dignitaries were captains of industries, financial experts, politicians, administrators, political appointees, top civil servants, and technocrats. The Strikes crew, however, spoke with some of them on the workings of the budget and their expectations.
Budget is a very, very important issue in terms of state governance. So, we've seen what this government has done in the past, and they will continue to do. I believe that this government promises and it keeps the promises, and that's very, very key. Our expectation is high, as usual, even though there are constraints in terms of revenue. Like a father in the house, if you have 1 naira, as long as you can spread it among your household, everybody should be very, very happy. And that's this government is doing. This government is not partial at all, and I give that to them. They make sure that it goes around everybody and it's fair to all concerned. And I'm sure that if they keep the same trend in 2023, I'm sure it's kudos to them.
Before we got to this level, Minister Governor has gone around the state to have a town hall meeting with the people, at least just to give people the account of the performance of the current budget, and to know what to be added and how to go about the governance in the coming year. Thank God that after that, a Treasury Board meeting was held, and there you know quite well that that will be where the C's will be crossed and how will be dots. We are hoping that the coming year will be a better one, better than the ongoing year. And I want to believe that with all the necessary support by all the stakeholders, things can always get better.
NTA is an appraisal of what has happened in the past budget, to then have a consolidation on the present budget, it gives room on the performances of the budget itself, either in the capital or in the recurrent. This goes a long way in making government to do the appraisal of what they budgeted last year. And looking at the current situation, they want to see how far the availability will be able to help the budget balancing, then in moving forward.
It's going to show the expectations of the people. Town hall meetings were held. The needs of the people have been captured, and the government has gone back to see how it can balance those needs and distribute them according to the 3 senatorial districts to ensure fairness.
Budget presentation, though an annual ritual all over the world, but often comes with great expectations and concerns by the citizens and other stakeholders because it tells how the people's socio-economic prosperity would look in the new fiscal year. Hence, government and agencies saddled with the responsibility of preparing it must be thorough with the preparation as well as ensure its proper implementation. In Ogun State, 2023 budget gives hope of continued development and prosperity to the citizenry. Ìgbéga ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn, àjọṣe gbogbo wa ni.